Well, hello there, Woodsong here again, and I am sitting in Fort Augustus, Scotland, right at the banks of Loch Ness, and that's what we're looking out over, Loch Ness right now. Very peaceful, very calm, very serene, very wet also. It's very cloudy and it's kind of misty and it's starting to rain a little bit, so I may have to cut this one short if we start getting drenched. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into the reading, leave off a lot of the commentary I normally do because it is starting to rain, and I'm out here sitting in the rain. So let's go ahead with our first card. We're going to do a 3-card reading again. First card is going to present some sort of situation or attitude we might want to consider. The second card offers some suggestions to help us ponder that, and the third card will suggest some type of resolution we might want to consider. So let's start with our first card, which is the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is, and I probably have mentioned this before, I just hate this card. It stands in opposition to everything that I normally do. The Hierophant is the rule follower. He knows the right way to do anything. If any situation comes up and you don't know how to handle it, he says, well, let's look it up in the book and see what the book says. And turn to page 453, paragraph 2, section 8, line 14 through 17, and it says this is how you always handle this situation, and it'll never be handled any other way. And that's what the Hierophant is. And that's kind of foreign to me. I like to try to come up with unique solutions and just cowboy my way through things. What is particularly frustrating about the Hierophant is that he's usually 100% correct. You know, that book is there for a reason. Those standard responses to solutions, to situations, they're there for a reason. People have found that they work most of the time for most everyone. So whenever we see the Hierophant, we might want to consider a situation where we're not sure what to do. There is an accepted solution, but we're not sure if that's what we want to consider. Probably we should consider it a little bit stronger, but there are certainly alternative things we can look at. And let's look at the next card to see where that brings us. Let me pull it out here. It's a little windy too, so I have the card sitting underneath me. Okay, and our second card is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is another interesting card because it also has two opposing meanings within itself. We see someone here who is sharing his bounty with needy people below him who need help. And if we look at this fellow, he's kind of pleased with himself. He's smiling, he's happy, he's doing good things, and it's making him feel good. So that in itself seems a very positive message. If we look at the hands of the people below him, though, that's where the other part of the message comes in. What are these people thinking as this person is dispersing his benefits? Are they thinking, wow, what a neat guy, we really like him? Or are they thinking, this isn't fair, he should give more? You know, it's not fair for us to be needy and for him not to be needy. That's where the two opposing viewpoints come in with the Six of Pentacles. And it is kind of a warring situation, and it reminds that even when there are times where we think we're in a good spot, good position, other people may not read that the same way. When I was younger, I used to think, oh, go right ahead. Some people are bringing a little canoe beneath me, and they just asked if they wanted me to pause what they did. We'll go ahead and watch them bringing the canoe in the lake there. And let me go back to the reading again. When I was younger, I used to believe in truth. And I said, truth is absolute. There's always an absolute truth to everything. There is some truism that some knowledgeable person, some educated person can reap. And as I got older, I realized, no, truth is a very elusive thing. It means different things to different people. Different people can see the exact same situation and take very different meanings from it. Recently in Scotland, there was an independence referendum. It seems a very straightforward thing. You evaluate the situation, there's truth. Well, it turns out truth meant different things to different people in the referendum, and it was defeated. And if you think about things, they tend to be very complex situations, and that's kind of what we're seeing here in this card here. We start off with Hierophant, which says, oh, there is a book that has the answer. We come over to the Six of Pentacles and says, you know what, that answer may not be as clear as you think it is, because there are different ways of looking at things, different ways of evaluating things. Well, this is a pretty puzzling thing, and my cards are getting pretty wet, so I'm going to just jump down to the last card. And excuse me while I try to pull it out here. And the last card is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords suggests something new, suggests something mental, something that we can achieve through our reason, through analysis, through evaluating situations. We can come up with the right answer. Now, is it the right answer for everyone? Probably not, but it may be the right answer for ourselves. So what we need to do is when we find the answer, when we find an answer that is satisfactory to us, we need to jump on it. We need to act on it. We need to embrace it. Sounds kind of obvious to do that, but really what happens is people come up with solutions and then they go back and say, well, but does this satisfy everybody? Is this what the book says? Is this what we should do? Well, and the correct answer is, well, who knows? Let's do it and let's find out. Take your best shot and analyze things as best as you can. If they feel right, embrace them and act on them. The worst that can happen is that you're going to learn something from the situation. The best that can happen is that you're perfectly successful. Either way, it has to be your actions that bring you to that point. And the rain's starting to slack off a tiny bit, but it's still kind of threatening. So I'm going to go ahead and break this off. This is pretty much it for today. I do appreciate your attention and your sitting in here. This is Woodsong. I'm at Loch Ness. There's Loch Ness again. We have one of the little Nessie boats coming in right there. And I'm out for right now. We'll be back with more of Scotland later on. Take care.